Hi, everyone, and welcome to another episode on My Aligned Purpose, the podcast. I'm your host, Nicole McClellan, and today I've got Kayla alongside of me. So if you've been listening along, you know that I am one half of My Aligned Purpose, and Kayla is the other half. And sometimes we come together to bring pure magic on this episode, on this show, on this podcast. And that's our intention for today, to really bring the magic. So hi, Kayla.
Hi, Nick. So excited to talk about our favorite topic, manifesting.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And you know, what I think is really fun is that we're actually labeling manifesting differently for this upcoming 8-day free boot camp that we're having. And we're rewording or putting a new label on manifesting and calling it attraction. And so we're talking about and we're leading people through what it means to become a master attractor, because I think there's a difference between being somebody who's like a newbie at attracting and being a master at attracting. And we're always all attracting. We're attracting things into our life every second, every minute, with every breath, with every thought, every feeling we're attracting. But you and I are here to show up and provide the experience, the tools, the resources to learn how to become masterful at this skill.
Absolutely. And the difference between being brand new and being a master attractor is the practice.
Yeah.
And so let's start. Let's say you've never been in the practice before. Let's start today.
Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, I heard this not that long ago, and I actually just did an IGTV or IG Live or something about this. And the example I gave was about all the years it took me to become a teacher and how I learned more in my actual first day of practicum. But another example I love, and can apply so well to becoming a master, what we're doing is, you don't tell somebody how to become like the best marathon runner or the best like triathlon athlete.
That's true.
They run, they cycle, they swim, they do the thing. That's
you can read every book about running. If you've never run, you just don't know.
Yeah. So what we're talking about is, yes, a lot of this information is at your fingertips. It's on Google, it's on YouTube, it's on the World Wide Web, it's out there, it's available. What is different about what we're doing is we're holding you accountable, and we're creating community, and we're creating shared energy and space and so much more, but we don't want to give it all away. So you just have to come join us inside the group.
Absolutely. Do we want to talk about day one? Just give a little snippet about the feeling state.
Yeah.
Okay.
So for those of you who are tuning in and you're like, what is this 8-day boot camp they're talking about? You can simply go to our website, www.myalignedpurpose.com/manifest, and you will see it there, or you go to the link on our Instagram page, My Aligned Purpose. And we're leading this free 8-day boot camp. And day one, what we're committed to is sharing with everybody the 3 top tools to becoming a master attractor. And we're not going to give them away today, but what we're going to talk about today is that becoming a master attractor is actually about getting into the feeling state. But to get into the feeling state, you need these 3 tools. So why is it important to be in the feeling state? Because we are talking about attracting in the quantum field or on the quantum level. And so that is very different than, say, this like 3D experience where I like hold up this case and I can touch it and it makes a noise, and that's like very 3-dimensional. But to get into like this more like 5-dimensional quantum way of being, which exists, it's all around us, is to understand the energy. And our feelings are just a culmination of our energy, right? So energy in motion is emotion. And what you know it is that you desire, it actually leads you back to a feeling state. So Kayla, what's something or an experience or a person or a place that you're desiring?
Right now, my number one thing I'm desiring is excellent childcare for my daughter.
But if we got really down to it, what's the feeling that excellent childcare for your daughter provides you?
The feeling it would provide me is the feeling of calmness, peace, the feeling that she is getting the best care, which makes me feel like things are under control.
Okay. So if we,
Confidence.
okay, excellent. So when we can name the feeling state, so yes, you do want the experience of excellent childcare. That is the person you want to arrive. It's the experience, it's the thing, it's all of it. And
Yeah.
we know that it leads you to a feeling state. It leads you to feeling calm and peaceful and confident, secure. So I could say to Kayla, well, just go feel those things. But this is what we're going to be talking about on day one is how come people can't just get into the feeling? Why is it so hard to just get into the feeling? Well, it's because there's a whole shift that has to happen. It's like the turning of all of the wheels. So we're going to teach you blank, 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 1, 2, 3, ABC. And from there, you're going to be like, oh, this is how I can shift from this lower vibrational state to this higher vibrational state. And this brings us back into, when we talk about the 12 universal laws, a lot of the laws will talk about the law of vibration. So that's the second law. So everything carries vibration. And then another one is correspondence. And that law of correspondence means that we can always shift to a higher energy. So if we know that something is vibrating down here and you're like, oh, mediocre childcare is available and I carry this vibration, but you're like, but how do I get into feeling that I'm worthy of having excellent childcare? Well, it sounds easy to us because we're in practice of it, but it's just moving up that vibrational scale. In order to do that, you have to understand the 3 steps.
Absolutely. This is going to support all of us, and we're in the practice and the practice never ends, of feeling worthy of what we truly desire. I really, really know that when you feel worthy of what you truly desire, it will arrive. I told you before, like this is a perfect example of when I was thinking about getting someone to help me clean my house. And then I had all these thoughts popping up, and Nicole and I had previously talked about this, and like, oh, well, maybe my house isn't big enough, and maybe I'm not fancy enough, and maybe blah, 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 all these things are coming up because I didn't feel worthy of having someone to help me around the house. So that was the work I had to do within myself to say, what I have is enough. What I have is perfect for me right now and my family. I'm absolutely in need of help. And as I move forward and make decisions, I can practice what it feels like to take actions to be worthy of that thing and live into it.
Absolutely.
Thank you for help with that.
You're welcome. We help one another all the time. That leads us back to why we've created this community. Yeah. So it's very challenging to try and draw what it is that you desire into your life on your own, because everything is energy. And when you have more active energy circulating around the thing that you desire, so when more people that you know and like and trust are holding that manifestation or that desire with you, and you're on their thoughts unknowingly. Like sometimes you might say like, oh, I'm really desiring childcare, and somebody may hear that that cares about you in like sort of like a passerby statement, but then they see like this excellent childcare offer and they're like, oh, Kayla. Like, so it's about having more people in the act with you.
Yeah. And in our community, and I know this happens all the time, we are all like this. And this is what we attract into our community is women who say, if you show up and say, my passion is making the best raspberry lip gloss that's ever been made on earth, and I'm going to do it. We're like, oh, okay, go for it. We would all like to order some. We want to try it. We're here for all the sampling. We're here to tell all of our friends, raspberry lip gloss, go nuts. It's the same thing with, I want to have the best childcare. No one in our community is saying, who do you think you are wanting to have the best childcare?
Yeah, it's not like reading the comment section of like CBC News.
Absolutely not. No, we would shut that down immediately. We believe that whatever you want is possible for you. Back to our original reason of starting this company, of coaching, is because we truly believe anything is possible.
Yeah, it's unwavering. Should
Absolutely.
we talk about some things that people that we know have come to us for manifesting?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So if people are listening, they're like, well, I don't even know what I want to manifest, or how can I manifest these things? Like, so our big thing in this challenge or this boot camp that we are running is 4 main areas. So we're talking about becoming a master attractor of attracting people. And we're going to talk about how broad what that can mean when we're talking about people, places, how that can be broadened, experiences, and actual things. And so things really does tie into a lot of other of the first 3 categories, but it's still there. It holds a place.
And we're talking about the how.
Yeah. Yeah, the how. So I think one of the most exciting things that somebody has come to me for in terms of strict manifest coaching, Nicole, can I work with you to only manifest? I don't want to do any other kind of coaching, but simply manifesting, has been to start their own business when they had no business background, nobody believing in them, years and years of building up designations to be an employer of other people, to fit the mold, all these sorts of things. And then she was like, I don't even know what I want to start a business in. I'm just like, have this burning desire to start a business. Can you help me manifest that? I was like, absolutely. And we can do
Yes,
that.
I can.
Yes, I can. And, I think we were probably our 3rd call in when the whole business unfolded. And I mean, like it was registered, it was named, it was marketed, it was ready to go. That's how fast it happened, because we just had to use the 3 tools that we're going to talk about on day 1 and get into the feeling state of who was she as the owner of this business. And just like that, time collapses, and where you think it's like this 5-year dream, all of a sudden it's right here in front of you.
Oh, yeah. When I hear the 5-year dream, I just laugh. Okay, if you think it's 5 years right now, we'll go with that. One particular master manifestor that we have who's in the challenge, she is beyond amazing. I know you worked with her last year, and I've been working with her as well, because we co-coach people. So when we work together, if it's in a group setting, Nicole and I facilitate. And then if it's one-on-one or 2-on-1, sometimes we do calls together and sometimes separately. And this person, she decided she wanted to double her income in 5 years initially. And then she, a month in, said, actually, I'm going to do it this year. Actually doubled her income, said, I have a financial independence plan that's going to take 3 years. It took 14 months. It's culminating this month, and she will have paid off any debt that she has. She's completely financially independent, as in she doesn't owe anyone on earth anything, and she has enough residual income that she can pay for her monthly expenses without a problem. And so that plan was initially, even though the income plan accelerated, that's still, the financial independence was a 3-year plan. 14 months later, she's checking that box. And now she's completely changed the way that she lives and the way that she provides for her kids. And it's amazing. So truly getting in the zone of the feeling and knowing how it feels to get what you want and working towards it is what we do in this community and what we do together. And we just see the sparks flying. We're like, okay, go for it. It's amazing to watch.
And what I love about the 2, because I know exactly who you're talking about, and I know that you know who I'm talking about in the first instance, and that, coaching is confidential. But these are 2 very different livelihoods. So it doesn't matter where you're at. If you are like single and you're your own entity and you have nobody to care for, or if you are like running the household and everything relies on you at this moment, all scenarios are possible, because if we go back to the universal law of oneness, it's like we all have the same cord to like universal energy. We all have the same access to that like divine attraction energy.
Yes. Come with us, access it.
Yeah. A couple other scenarios. I've had women come to me wanting to manifest a path of fertility. And so, no, I can think of one person in particular. She wasn't told that she couldn't have children. It just wasn't happening for her. And by the time we were done working together, she was pregnant. So there's instances like that. As we know, I've helped lots of people manifest taking their ideas and getting it into books. So that can become a reality. That was a personal like manifestation of my own. And also, like, we have this manifestation of this family that they knew they wanted this particular home. And this home was like, they weren't settling for anything less. It wasn't like, no, we'll find a fixer up or make it this way, or we'll go above or below our budget or whatever it may be. It was like, I knew that this couple could close their eyes, they could get into the feeling state of this very particular type of home they want to be in and where it would be at and how it would make their family feel. And so we held on to that feeling state. And from there, they ended up becoming, it was in a different city. So you have to be open to, like, how bad do you really want something? It's in a different city. It was at a different time than they thought. It was a lot sooner than they thought. And it came with,
that was a 5-year one too. And it happened in 5 months.
Yeah, that was like a checked all the boxes way sooner than they ever thought. And it was like, okay, we're going for it. Our dream home has appeared.
Yeah.
As if, like, the universe has come to your table and said, what would you like? And you're like, well, I would like this. Can you hold this? I would like extra of this, this, and this. And you're really clear. And you don't know from that amount of time to when the waiter goes back to the kitchen of when your food's going to arrive. You can ask, they might say 20 minutes. And if it's 25, are you like, well, this is bullshit. You told me 20. You don't know. We don't know the timeline. What you could do is go back and yell to the kitchen, like, hey, I've got to go. Can you process me in front of the next person? You can do things to speed up the time, to slow down the time, whatever it is that you desire. You are ultimately in control of what it is that you are being clear on. What we are not in control of is the perceived time.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, and another way to say that is you can say yes or no to whatever arrives.
Yes.
So yeah.
I think of it as like a test. Like, I think about, I really wanted like a secure, loving, fun partnership. And I don't know if you remember this, Kayla, but before I met Jeff, 2 weeks before I met Jeff, I had 4 different dates with people. And I was like, are you kidding me? Is this? I'm like, okay, like, universe, are you not hearing me? You don't quite get it. And instead of settling or being like, oh, I could get past that, or maybe I could change them, it was like, no. You're hearing me a bit, like a little, you're hearing me kind of a little bit, like, oh, he's got a dog. Cool. Okay, that's nice, but falls short in other areas. And it was like, I waited because I knew so strongly that what I was feeling before the manifestation became manifest and real, that feeling would appear again when it was in my reality.
Okay, so when people sign up for the bootcamp today, you'll be on our list. So if you sign up today, you will get a brand new freebie that we just created. That is a podcast mini series and a workbook of questions for each of the podcasts in the mini series to amplify your business, either starting or growing.
Or leveraging.
Yeah. So you can take these questions that we're going to give you in this freebie. It'll go out tonight at 6 p.m. PST. And you can work through the workbook with your business partner, with a friend, with a manifesting buddy. You can save it till you meet a manifesting buddy next week. And you can work through the questions and listen to Nicole's explanation in the podcast of the law, the universal law, and then go through the questions. And we know for sure that your business will move forward in ways that you could not have imagined if you actually engage with this work.
Yeah. And so just, take it back to the thing. If you really want to manifest this thing, you've got to do the work. If you really wanted to be in a triathlon, like, you You wouldn't just read about it.
Yeah, if you want to be a triathlete, you must get a bike. You must begin to ride. You must have friends who also like this. You know, we'll talk more about this.
Have you ever done a triathlon?
No. I don't really like swimming. No, but I know Adriana, who's in our community. She has done multiple triathlons and multiple marathons.
Yeah.
She's a fitness queen.
She's superstar.
Okay. One more thing I want to say before we go is that you, Nicole, are offering only to people who are in the boot camp a $97 manifestation coaching call. Can you tell us a little bit more about that? It's 30 minutes. That's a fabulous deal. You get a private coaching call. Tell me more.
Yeah, so in 30 minutes, we are going to design an alliance together where I know what you need from me and you know what I need from you, because coaching is two ways. We are going to choose one particular thing that you want to manifest. We are going to talk about what hasn't been working so that we know moving forward what we can do that will work. So this is interesting because it's going to be a blend of coaching and mentoring. It's going to be a lot of me taking off my coaching hat to say, have you tried this? Well, I guess that is a form of coaching, but more so than like powerful questions, I'm going to be weaving in manifestation, mentoring, and then sending you away with homework that I'm actually going to follow up and hold you accountable to. So actually, so it's 30 minutes together, but you will stay in contact with me. We'll make this happen, and it can be part of what you're working on in this 8-day boot camp.
Yes.
To exemplify it.
Yeah, yes, exactly. So combine the free 8-day boot camp with an actual one-on-one call and watch the magic unfold. And I say magic because it's like, wow, that's something beyond what I could have imagined, but it's not magic in the form that you don't do anything and it appears. Not like poof magic, but sparkly magic. It's happening.
But kind of like poof, it's like, wow, for $97 and 30 minutes of my time, this is what I can get.
Yeah. Okay. So it's a combo.
Yeah.
I just want people to know that you will be held accountable to get what you want.
Yeah.
So if you're listening, you're like, I've always wanted to leave my 9-to-5, start my business. I've had an idea. It's been in the back of my mind. I don't know what to do. I'm like overwhelmed. I haven't, whatever the story that's going through your head. If that's what you want, then let's make it happen. Okay.
All right. So you can find us on My Aligned Purpose on Instagram. You can find us on My Aligned Purpose on Facebook. If you're looking to join our community, that's a really great way where people sort of like get their toes wet in understanding what it is that we have to offer. It's our online community platform. It's called Coffee Club. It has so much more to do with personal and professional development than it actually does about our love for coffee. Then we will have coming up in September our Millionaire Mindset Challenge Round 2. This is a really exciting program that we love to run. And then there's always the opportunity to coach with us. So whatever you may be curious about, maybe you're just starting here listening in on our podcasts or on YouTube, and that's excellent too. But just so you know where to find us, My Aligned Purpose, our website's myalignedpurpose.com. If you want to get signed up for this 8-day challenge, you just add /manifest onto our website, and you can find us.
Okay, we can't wait to see you in the group. Starts Monday, August 23rd. So get in now.
Okay, thank you, everyone.